Conference room, huh?
Yeah, I don't. Funny little thing. Don't really have much of a room itself.
All right. You want to dive into the fact I'm employed by a cop as an officer?
Absolutely.
So I guess I was wait. I was hoping to not confront this issue until after the interview, and then I was going to confront you with the idea of me becoming a city attorney. And what that is, do you know what a city attorney is?
City attorney.
A city attorney. Yeah. Have you heard of that term before?
You
Maybe.
mean directly involved for cops?
Yeah. Well, sort of. I work for the city, but I would be instead of. So let's backtrack here, right? So sometimes they're called city attorney, some they're called county attorney, sometimes they're called the solicitor, depending on the jurisdiction, the state, and what have you, and the position that they're in. So instead of usually how it works in these type of cities is that when PD is sued, the DA takes up the case, right? Yes, civilly, sued civilly. Yes.
Technically, no. The DA is actually the one who typically goes against PD in that situation because that's police misconduct. So they would actually go against the police officers for that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, when the police officers are being sued, it's actually the DA who is going against them to prosecute them.
No, 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 not at all. Now that my understanding is that the DA usually, well, my understanding is that the DA is purely criminal. They don't do civil at all. You can't. So if I was going to sue somebody, I would not be able to hire the DA and sue PD. This is not how that would function. Do we agree on that?
Hang on here. Trying to figure out, trying to find what we had found originally.
Do what now?
I'm trying to find. We found something involving the DA situation. Now I can't find out where the hell it is.
I can assure you, I've never heard of me being able to hire the DA to sue PD in a civil suit. I've never heard of that.
So that was something completely different. As what were you saying now? Okay, let's backtrack a little bit. So you want to become
The city attorney.
the
It's the city
city?
attorney. Yeah, that's right. And then normally, what a city attorney is, they work for the mayor. I understand we don't have a mayor in the city, but normally they would work for the mayor and they would work underneath the city council, but we don't have that either in the city. So, in this context, I would work purely for PD or fire or EMS if they get sued, right? I would work for them and then I would defend whoever is sued in the civil litigation if there's certain criteria that has to be met. One, it's got to be the individual has to be acting under good faith, meaning that if they act egregiously with negligence, I would not be able to defend them because it would be beyond the scope of my abilities, right? So, for example, if a cop willingly went up to somebody without rhyme or reason and shot someone in the back of the head, right, and then piss on their corpse, right, and then there was a recording of that, I would not be able to defend them because that's beyond me. They would have to hire a private attorney because that's beyond their capacity, their official capacity under their employment. Now, but if they arrested somebody and then the arrest turns out to be invalid, for example, if somebody if the cop perceives somebody to be robbing a bank, right, and the cop in good faith arrests that person robbing the bank, they go to trial, it comes back out that the person actually is acquitted of those charges, even though the individual acted in good faith in a process of arresting that person, it is technically an unlawful arrest, right? Because he wasn't actually convicted there. I would step in and say nope. I would be the one who would defend that individual because that person acted under the color of law, meaning the official capacity under the state, and under good faith. They acted within the bounds, reasonable bounds of their duties. That's what a city attorney would be in this context.
So not a horrible thing to do here. We just don't have the actual role of that. You would just be a regular public defender, and that PD would then have to
So,
assign you.
here's the issue with that. I'm employed by PD. I cannot be a public defender and be a cop. But if I'm
You
the
can't
city
be
attorney,
DOJ at all.
what was that?
You can't be DOJ and a cop at all.
Oh, I
If you want to
cannot.
remain on the no, if you want to remain on the force, you can't be involved in DOJ at all. That is the city rule, not ours. It's like we're currently in the process of dealing with EMS and DOJ. They don't want people from EMS to be DOJ either.
Why? There's like no lawyers.
Truthfully, I don't really understand. That's kind of why we're in the process of dealing with it right now. But the oversight, Mr. Michaels and Big Boss Don himself had said that no PD can become DOJ.
Well, maybe they said that with the understanding that they don't want P to be public defenders or defense attorneys in civil or criminal litigation, which I can understand that. But
No,
if
no, I've
I'm
tried to do what you're doing.
what was that?
I've tried doing what you're doing right now.
Just purely defending state government agencies,
Yes, I've tried that already, and
and they
I
said
flat out
no. As a
denied.
cop, you cannot do it. You cannot defend PD even as an attorney. It's like
No,
PD cannot have their own private attorney as a cop, like their
that's
own
what
legal liaison. They can't be possible.
that's basically what they said. Yes, I don't know why, but trust me, I've tried to get there.
Okay, so what are the options then? If I resign as a cop, what are the options?
Resigning as a cop, you could become a public defender, and they could then assign you as a public defender.
What about prosecutor? Is that available?
I don't really believe so.
So just public defender. That's it. Can't be anything else.
Yeah, we really don't have a whole lot of actual rules here, to be honest. They don't.
So my problem with becoming a public defender is that nobody requests an attorney ever, and if they do, it's extremely rare, and you have a very small window to acknowledge the request, right? So public defender is essentially dead because the cops want to fast track it, and the criminals just want to go to jail and get out. So nobody ever requests an attorney and holding cell except for those rare occasions. And then when they do it, you only have a small window to acknowledge the request and hurry down there, hopefully before the person is sent off because the guy's bored, right?
I mean, I don't disagree. It's the only options we really have.
What was that?
It's really honestly really the only options we really have. You have public defender. Oh, let me see the rules here. Actually, they have it here. A list of it somewhere here. See if I can find where they have it.
And there's no incentive to even call an attorney. Actually, there's an inverse to call an attorney because when you call an attorney, the time waiting for the attorney is not preloaded onto you. It's not given to you. So the time waited is not uh, applied. So why am I waiting? And then I have to pay the attorney. Apparently, in this city, you have to actually pay the public defender directly. It's not free. Even if you're indigent, you still have to pay the attorney yourself for some reason. So I have to pay more, wait longer for a possible outcome that's far worse than if I just went to jail.
Hey, you got it. I mean, you're not wrong at all.
So why do attorneys exist? Why do public defenders exist?
That's what they want.
Oh,
The city themselves. We do a lot of court cases involving lawsuits as well.
we're a check mark. This is where we are. The public defenders, we're check mark.
Basically,
I feel like PD is the
most
exact
of
same way. Actually, I talked to somebody earlier. I talked to James, the chief of PD, and I talked to somebody else, and we came to the same conclusion about PD. PD is also a check mark within the city. It's a afterthought. It's a far afterthought that nobody really wants. Clearly, nobody ever wants because all they do is just shoot us on sight. There's no real interaction whatsoever. So, yeah. So I guess PD and the DOJ are just sidetracked or side thoughts for the criminals in the city.
yeah. Honest to God, the main thing that public defenders really do is handle lawsuits. Ultimately, that's most of what the work that we do in general. Um, to be honest, as the chief public defender, I really don't go down to the cells very often. I would much rather one of the other people go.
Yeah, because it's a clusterfuck. I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah, definitely can be.
Okay. So the only positions. Well, let's recap real quick, right? So the only position available, if the interview goes well, right? Because I've been confronted that portion yet, goes well. The only option I have is public defender. Is that right?
Yeah, public defender, clerks, and support staff or paralegals.
And I would have to resign from PD.
Yeah, completely. If I'm gonna lie, or if I'm gonna be completely honest with you here,
Uh
just personally, it is more or less up to you what you do decide to do.
huh. Uh huh.
Um, but it's honest to God, it's most of the time it's a bunch of bullshit when it comes to public defenders.
Oh, I know. I've been in other cities. I've been in your position in other cities. I've been a DA, I've been the AG, I've been every position of a man in other cities. So I'm very familiar with the process. Which is why I'm gonna be very honest with you. I was thinking about leaving the city because I was talking to the chief earlier about how every single time we show up to a scene, 95% of the time, it always ends with a bullet in my goddamn head. There's no interaction. Some random person on the scene just shoots me in the fucking head, right? And we're moving into what month has the city been open now? Like month 9 or something like that, right? So
Looks
I
funny.
understand the idea of just clip it and report it, send the prayer out. But if that were true, if that had any effect, fast forward 9 months, here we are today, we would not be in the situation that we are, right? So
Huh.
clearly something's not working, right? It seems like it's getting progressively worse as we go forward. So I was talking to
You
the
want me to
chief.
be honest with that too?
What was that?
You want me to be completely honest with that too?
Sure. Yeah. Go
You
on.
see, I've also had those wonderful things called wings.
Uh-huh.
Um, they're very lenient on everything.
I
You
know.
can
I know.
constantly do shit.
I know. So that's another issue that I have, right? They want us to clip it to ship it, but when they say they handle it, what it really means is, well, we sat down with a person and we laughed about the fact that this person reported you. That's what it means, right? They probably sat down somewhere. They probably flew into their location and say, hey, by the way, this individual, yeah, you know the thing that happened earlier? You've been reported. Yeah, I know. It's funny, right? What a fucking jackass, right? You think we're actually going to do something about this, right? Have a good day. That's at least that's the perception on it, right? And I would not doubt if that was actually around because Adam Shamar. I don't know if you're familiar with that name, but Adam Shamar, 2 days ago, an hour straight, nonstop, violated every fucking rule in the goddamn city. Every single he exploited. He phased through a fucking door to grab the keys of an officer and then unlocked every door in the entire MRPD and shot him in the back of the head. You know what the admin said? We can't do anything about it. Probably because he's a goddamn whale. Which I was talking, which we led up to the conversation I had with the chief earlier and a bunch of other people there about the fact that PD is an afterthought. PD is a check mark. PD is designed, and the outcome is exactly as they want. We are simply a check mark, and the evidence in the pudding, right? Every time we show up, they just shoot us in the back of the fucking head, and every time we report it, nothing comes from it. Because if it had, we would not be in the position that we are now. So you're telling me I might just leave the city because this was the only reason for me to stay was me become a city attorney, and then if I can't do that, I'm gonna leave.
I'm not gonna tell you to leave, but I've basically told you kind of the options and what
Yeah,
they will and
okay,
will not
then
allow.
then I'll leave then. I I don't know if they sent the warrant in or not. The warrant against Shamar. Did you get that warrant yet?
I don't think so.
So CAU didn't submit the warrant yet?
I don't entirely know. If they did, there was a warrant that's currently sent out, but because there's an information leak, people got removed, and I think the ticket actually got moved over to the police Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Because they think they know who it was, and they just completely moved it or removed my role, so I can't really see that, even though I'm currently the one helping the Chief Justice with approving and denying shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even fucking know what's going on with what warrants right now. I know the one I disapproved. I know there's one that's currently waiting to be approved still.
So Shamar,
No, not Adam.
did they even fucking submit it?
It might not be. Let me
Can I
see.
submit that myself? Because I sent it to Lix or Lux or whatever the fuck his name is, the captain. and he said it looked good. I was gonna do it myself, but I'm still a cadet for some reason.
Oh. Well, I don't see anything about Adam anywhere, to be honest.
You know what? I'm gonna submit it right now. I'm gonna jump my chain of command. I'm gonna submit it.
I mean, sure, you're a cop.
Are you giving me direct permission to submit a warrant? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't care who submits warrants. As long as you're a cop and you're doing it within, obviously, your scope of your job, yeah, submit them. I don't require someone to go to someone above them to do a warrant. If you have proof with evidence, I can approve it. Somebody's outside. Hang on. All right, how bad?
I just submitted it. Ticket 0011.
All right, I got you. Yeah, damn. Schmar Gilly Billy. So your warrant is for them doing a laundromat robbery, correct?
Well, if you read the entire affidavit, it explains everything.
Ah, see, other cops don't do this shit at all.
So it's not just a robbery; it's the pursuit, it's the follow-up, attempted murder on 3 officers. It's the oh, I forgot to add the thieving of the MRPD keys off Kelly. So I forgot to add that charge, theft of government property. So if you want to amend the when you finally draft up the criminal complaint, I would add the theft of government property because he definitely stole the keys off Kelly. You know, that could be the cherry on top of everything else.
All right, give me 1 second here. All right, I'm going to send you something. Probably gonna get yelled at for sending this to you because the fucking Chief Justice doesn't like the fucking warrant that I fucking the warrant template that I was using because I think mine's better than the one they fucking have.
I saw the one you guys have.
No, I made my own. I made a completely different one. Simpler. It's easier to fucking read through for some of the people.
Do you want me to redo it in this one?
Yeah, so that arrest warrant template, if you could put your information that you have from your affidavit onto that, then we can get the criminal complaint finished.
Do you want
Yeah,
them?
and
Do you want them filed separately because it's two individuals?
yes, if you can, please do both two different ones. Honest to God, you can fucking copy and paste most of the shit anyways. All we really needed to be changed is basically the names of the people. I think everything else would be.
All right. So I'll revise and fit your template.
I do have one question.
What's up?
Do you take out your phone to record them in city to get a better view of them?
I do, yeah. Your camera sucks.
Okay.
Your camera's complete shit.
Which camera?
Yeah, the camera PD is complete shit.
Which camera?
Whatever camera's provided to a cadet.
There's two of them. Is it the evidence one or the actual one?
Whatever one's provided to a cadet.
Well, I don't know. Look at that. They should have both.
I don't know. It's the one that takes a single picture at a time. The single one.
The actual Polaroid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's complete shit. Yeah, it's hot garbage. Yeah, with the phone you can also kneel down. So if you're like behind like the wall, like a low level wall, you can pull your phone out and hide behind the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't help with you're wearing a bright blue shirt. Hey, you know what? Yeah. Well, alrighty. This concludes the interview, right? If the position of a prosecutor ever opens up, hit my line if you feel I'm worthy, or if the big wigs ever decide that perhaps it's wise to open up the door for people to be cross adjacent from PD and also an attorney, because let's face it, being an attorney is fucking boring. Again, hit my line, right? If you feel I'm worthy.
Yeah, I got you.
Alrighty. You have a good day, right? Appreciate your time.
Sorry about that, man. Trust me, I've been trying to fucking get them to allow more fucking opportunity for people, but
No, I
they're
understand.
fucking
It's the
stingy.
people who are in charge are there because they're nepotism. They're friends with people who are in charge of other places. Therefore, they're in charge of this one, which they should not be, right? So people who are in charge should not be in those positions. Yet here they are, and it's a very common phenomenon I've seen throughout these type of cities. Very
Not
common.
wrong.
Maybe that's why I'm still a good dad. Who knows? Okay. You have a good night.
You too.